So we're at another police station here in Leicester. As you can see, they're recruiting again. They're recruiting. Thank you to our NHS and to all the key workers. That's nice. So yeah, this is another police station in Leicester, guys. Now before we get into this audit, please do me a favour. And subscribe. Hit that like button. So this is open. Yeah. So this is inside the station here. As you can see, it's pretty big in here actually. Pretty big reception. So yeah, as you can see there, we will not tolerate physical or verbal abuse. Hey sir, just going to be doing some videoing.
Okay.
Is that alright?
What for?
Just for YouTube.
Just for YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah.
What exactly do you want to record, sir?
Police cars.
You want to record anything outside the front of the building, that's fine.
Even in here as well.
Well, there's not a lot to record, but if you want to record it here, obviously you can't come within this area, but in the way...
Are you not going to give me a tour?
No, sir. Unfortunately, I can't give you...
Why is that then? I thought you'd be allowed. You know, I'm a member of public.
You are, sir, but unfortunately, it's a private building, sir, and... Yeah,
It's not, it's a public building.
I can double check for you if you want, sir.
If you don't mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a seat there.
Thank you for being professional and polite.
No, that's why we don't know, sir.
You know, well, I'll tell you why in a minute. You go and ask.
I'm sure
I see he's a good chaff. This is probably one of the biggest receptions. Look at it. It's huge. Fit about 50 people in here. So yeah. Just going to go and ask if he can give me a tour. Victim of crime. We put you first. There we go, guys. For you auditors who have been assaulted, give them a call. Let's see if they do put you first there. See here, E-Forensic Lab. Damn. Maximum capacity 1. Hello. Nice to meet you. You're right. Just doing a bit of videoing for how's it going? All right, guys. Yes, just doing a bit of videoing. Okay. Inside here, also outside there. No, it's polite, very, very polite, and just wondering if there's ways of maybe getting a little tour.
I'm afraid not. It is a private building.
It's public building.
We have confidential information within there displayed, so the answer to that would be no.
What about a cell? Do you have cells?
We don't
here?
have any cells there.
Are you not holding cell?
No.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you would be.
No.
So what, are you just here for information, really?
Yeah. Well, we've got officers that work out of here. We don't have any cells.
Oh, where's the closest cell place then? Police station.
You'd have to look that on the website.
Where would you take someone that being arrested in here? Where would you take them?
I would take them to one of our police stations, but not to this one.
Well, which one would that be?
It would be Euston Street.
Euston Street?
Yeah.
Have they got holding cells then?
They've got, but you won't be able to film them.
No. Other question I wanted is if, just say on your website I can come for a copy of PACE, because I don't have a copy. I know you said to go online and look, but I need an actual hard copy for my solicitor. So it says on your website I can come in and grab a copy, so while I'm here, if that's all right.
I will ask, but I don't think we've got a copy. Because
You're a police station, you should have a copy.
Yeah, we would normally look at it online, but I'll see if I've got, what part of PACE do you want?
I think goes to E, doesn't it, or F. I need A to F. I need, just because I need a hard copy for my solicitor. Okay. It says I've got no ways and means, and on your website it does say I can have a copy.
Well, I'll check.
I don't. Obviously, I'm not trying.
I don't think we've got any here.
You should have. Well, as a police station.
No, we shouldn't.
Why shouldn't you? Well, who should have it then?
We would look at it up online.
Yeah, but when you need a hard copy, by law, it states that you can come to the website, to come to the police station and get a copy.
It doesn't say by law.
By
on our website, you can do that. I don't think we hold any here. I will check.
Thank you. Well, no. You can print.
If you be arrested, you'd probably be able to.
You get an extract of your rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of your rights. I need a full copy of PACE from a solicitor. Otherwise, I could stand up in court and say, well, they didn't give me a copy.
Well, you can stand up in court and say that if you wish. At this moment in time, we don't hold any copies of PACE here, do we?
Yeah, but you can print them out for me.
I can check this area. I can't obviously check this.
Why can't you print them out, sir?
Because I'm not going to. That's why.
What's your problem?
Not a problem.
Can I have your collar number? Can I have your collar number, please?
2190.
What's your name?
Sergeant David Summerall.
Yeah, so unfortunately it has to go this way, you know, because, you know, you guys come very professional. I know you're on it. Your PCSOs, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, PCSOs running the front desk?
Yeah, today, yes.
Why is that then?
Just a bit lucky, we're covering for other people's duties.
PCSOs running the front desk, that's the first. I just wanted to be officers later on.
Me personally, no.
Yeah. More money. More money. Is it better money or is it not?
I believe the information should be available online.
Oh, no, I'm just asking. No, it's not a quiz question. It's just an answer question, that's all.
It is more money to be a police officer.
Do you?
Because obviously it's more responsibility, etc.
Yeah. Is that one of the reasons?
Oh, just something I've wanted.
Yeah. And you know what? Fair play to you. You've gone through the right ranks. PCSO first, is that the plan? And you're only in your 20s, I assume? Young pup. Only in your 20s. You're going to be then hopefully getting up to become an officer, then a sergeant, and make a difference in the community. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's why I joined here. It wasn't necessarily just to progress, it was to make a difference as well. And
Do you see there's a lot of crime going on in the area, yeah? And you want to try and help and prevent that crime from happening?
Unfortunately,
It's
sir,
all right.
I'm unable to find you a copy
No
of
problem.
the police handbook.
I've seen you looking, so that's good. That's good enough for me to prove that you actually tried at least.
I've tried.
No, you have. You
If I
have.
had one, you could probably have it. As I said, we
No.
normally take things online.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it's the thing is when you need a hard copy, obviously you've got to ask for it, haven't you?
yeah, I'm surprised you can't. It's just you can't get one online, but that's between you and your solicitor. So,
You know when you signed up to be a PCSO,
yeah.
did you ever think you'd be stood behind a police desk? Be honest.
To be honest, I had no major expectations whatsoever.
Really? Is
Yeah,
that
because
you're going into the world of unknown, I suppose?
I was at the time, yes.
Yeah.
And you learn different things daily.
You do. You do. It's important, obviously, as PCSOs. You know, you've got these enforcement officers knocking around town, stopping people from like antisocial behaviour, sorting all that out, and you know, from the council, the enforcement officers. The question is to many people is, well, PCSOs mainly is, what is it you guys do differently to the enforcement officers? Because they deal with low-level crime just like you. It's just,
It's way different councils decide to work, and also different authorities work.
because they deal with obviously antisocial behaviour.
Yeah.
They deal
A lot
with
of it is littering and parking and fences and such like.
yeah, but that's similar to what you guys do, right? If you see someone fly tipping, you're gonna go over and question them, aren't you? Would you agree or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's what I mean. So they do similar, and this is what worries me, you know. And I'm being honest, as a member of public, you know, you're signing up to be a PCSO now, and hopefully to become an officer later on. You don't need to do that now. You can just go to the council and get a job with an enforcement officer. You've got the same powers as
I'm
you.
happy where I am. And at that point, thank you very much for your time, but I don't want to say anything else. If that's
No, I'm talking to him then.
Okay.
What's so? So how many years do you have to do as PCSO? Does it?
according to the
What? Why is it not allowed to talk?
Because I think, you know, we want to...
You've just become all of a sudden a bit edgy. Why? I'm a member of public. I'm asking a few.
Not edgy at all. But we're not here to be interviewed.
I'm not interviewing you. I'm asking a few questions. As a member of public, I want to know because I might be joining the police force myself.
Okay.
Why am I not allowed to ask that? Please, just let me ask these questions.
I think you can't ask that.
You've just told him to not speak.
You know, I think we've given you enough of that.
No. So this is the problem. You know, the members of public. Look, I've asked you for a copy of paste. You haven't got it, right? I've asked you for a tour. Fair enough, you're not allowed, right? He then started to be funny. You've now switched, isn't it? I'm not doing anything wrong,
I know, but I do have other work. I need to do
and you don't need to talk. I was speaking to this young man.
as much as my colleagues.
Yeah, well, I don't mind him speaking, and you shouldn't be telling him not to speak. If he wants to speak to a member of public, you know what? This is what worries me about the young PCSOs. They're going to be listening to people like yourself, not speaking, and that isn't how you're meant to be. You're PCSO. You shouldn't even be behind this desk. You should be out, you know, sorting low-level crime out. This isn't what we pay taxpayers' money for, to sit behind desks.
Well, you'll have to take that up with the power.
No, but I'm just saying, I could sit here and kick off about that, but I'm not. I'm asking PCSO. If he was on the street, I'd be asking him the same question. The fact that you guys are behind here, you should be able to answer my questions.
Yeah.
Right, so why are you asking him to show up and tell him to be quiet? It's not. I'm sorry, sir, but you guys work on behalf of the public, correct?
Yes, sir.
So I'm a member of public. I'm asking a few questions. You're telling them to be quiet. You understand why this could be a problem?
Okay, I think he needs to get on with work.
But it's a PCSO. You should have time for the public, just like you.
Do, sir.
You're doing work which you shouldn't be doing right now. This is not what you signed up to do. This is not what you're getting paid to do. You're sat,
Yes, it is what I'm being paid to do.
you're sat behind a reception. You should be out on the street, as PCSO should be, sorting low-level crime out. You sat behind a reception dealing with customers. So I could sit here and go into that, but I'm not. I'm just trying to ask a few questions. Like, if you would be on the street, and I think I'm entitled to do so. As you guys are PCSO, you're not receptionist, or are you receptionist?
We do whatever is asked of us, sir.
Right, so I'm asking you a question. You've just told him to be quiet. As a PCSO, you should be entitled. You should be allowed to answer my questions. That's it. And it's not like tricky questions. I'm not sitting there saying, "Oh, if you seen that guy drop drugs, what would you do?" I'm not. It's just, interesting questions. That's all. That's all it is. Interesting questions for me and my viewers to say, "Oh, I might join the police force." You tell him to be quiet. This is just going to put people right off. You're recruiting. It says there, a sign outside, we're recruiting. Well, when this goes online, who's going to want to be a part of this when you literally, on camera, it's getting seen, you're telling him to be quiet? He's entitled to speak, and I'm sure he's clever enough and understandable enough to know if I'm going to trick him into a question, I'm not going to answer that. And that's what you should allow him to do. How long have you been a PCSO?
A few months now.
That's good. See, that's good, and obviously as members of the public, it's good to have PCSOs out on the street and to help lift up the community spirits. And we're going through a tough time, aren't we, at the moment with all this pandemic and stuff. And I think we should all look after each other, stop this, stop crime. There's enough crazy stuff going on in the world. There shouldn't be crime, should there? We should look out for one another. I think that's important. But when you become a PC, is that obviously in the next how many years? A couple of years?
It all depends on how it goes, really.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, I'm gonna catch some videos outside.
Okay.
But he's not bad. He's a good guy. Would you like him to tell you to stop speaking?
If he wanted to be too, believe me, he would. He's of his own mind.
Yeah, but come on. What world are we living in when you've got to tell someone to be quiet? He's just handled that perfectly, hasn't he? Yeah, he really has. And I'm not going to quiz him because I'm not here to do that. This is the problem with police officers and PCSOs. You've got this persona of people in public are out to get you. I'm not. I'm here to be honest. I'm here to ask decent questions, and I think there are some good questions and answers there.
There were some very good questions.
And
Some of the best I've heard in a very long time.
well, that's it. And there's no trickery. Yeah. I want the community and you guys and the police to get on well. I want you to work together. I want you to support one another. I don't want breakdowns. I don't want this because we need you. We need this. But we can't have this if there's no dialogue. Would you agree? Yeah. So instead of criminals doing what they're doing, yes, this isn't what you signed up to do, and I'm sure you'd rather be out sorting low-level crime out. But this is budgets, I assume. Cutbacks.
COVID at the moment.
Is it COVID? Right. So obviously you guys are, doing your best, and you can only do your best, all right? So I'm not gonna, I've asked questions, like I say, and I don't want you to think wrong of me. I'm not trying to cause any, wrongdoings or whatever. But respect to this young chap for 3 months. You've been in the game 2 months. Bit longer. Yeah. Well, he's doing a great job. And are you his boss?
I'm not his boss, no.
Do you have bosses and ranks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do you?
Not within PCSO, but we have bosses, yeah.
Yeah, is it sergeants of the police who look at? Yeah. So if you've got a question, you'd radio through to them, they'd give you an answer, kind of thing. Because obviously you're very limited to what you guys can do, right?
We have limited powers, yeah.
Yeah. Is it like you can't arrest anyone, can you? But is it right that you guys are going through handcuff training at the minute?
I can't discuss what training or we take part as operations.
Because obviously, if you guys get put through handcuff training, then I don't know. It's worrying, isn't it? Because then, what's the point of police?
Who knows what the 12, 16 months ago, 18 months ago, I would have said, yeah, we can pretty much map the way the world's going.
Yeah.
It's changing. Everything changes.
Yeah.
There'll be changes in the future to everybody's job, role, etc. We wait and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I think it's important that if people around this area want to come in and talk, I think they should be allowed to come in, ask questions. If you've got anything to get off the chest, come in and have a chat. You know.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. If there's an issue, well, that's what we're here to deal with.
But you did tell him. Would you agree? What, can I get an apology?
If it would make you happy, I apologise.
Thank you. No, it doesn't matter. I just think it's important that people can come and speak to you guys, because that's kind of what your job is, isn't it? And if they've got any questions, I know it's a little bit personal talking about jobs and stuff, but I weren't talking about wages. I did say, is it better pay? But I didn't ask how much he was getting. And I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job in the force. Please, whatever you do, and I'm sure that you'll agree on this. There's a lot of corruption going, not just police, but everywhere in the public sector. Don't go down that path, no matter how much they pay you. You know, because police have a lot of, egos. A lot of them do. And you're not going to agree on this, but it's true. They have a lot of egos, and it's hard when they put that uniform on to let go of that ego and just be a normal person. And we've seen abuse happen, many times, not just in the police force, but other sectors as well. And just keep being yourself, be polite, and I'm sure you'll do fantastic for the community. And if people can come up to you and say, "Oh, can you help me with this?" They'll always come back to you. It's when you go to an office and say, "Can you help me?" and then they can't, they're going to go, "Oh, what's the point?" Then you're going to go down. You see what I mean? First point of contact is always important, isn't it? And I'm not trying to give you advice, I'm sure you know your job, but I think it's important that we have officers, if you're starting out, to start remembering that, and don't give up on your dreams. I'm sure you'll do well. All right, buddy. Can I take your collar numbers just for reference?
My collar number 6573.
And your name?
Steve Adams.
Steve Adams. Steve?
Yeah.
Adams.
Yeah.
Mine is 6022 and Z Mikla.
Perfect. All right, boys. Well, it's a nice little turn, isn't it, for the good? And I don't know, what was his collar number again? Can you remember? I can't remember. I rewind it. All right, no problem, guys. Where do the police cars come out of?
Sorry?
Do the police cars leave here?
Yeah, probably, yes. They do come from the back.
All right, I'll go and get a few videos of them coming out. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, guys. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. All right, cheers, buddy. Thanks. Bye. All right, so we're now around the back. Police and official vehicles only car park for visitors is here. All right, so this is the back entrance here. As you can see. That's me why I'm filming. How are you? You're all right?
How's it going?
I'm good, man. Yeah.
Enjoying yourself?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I don't want to get trapped by this.
Oh, no. Hey, fence comes in.
Oh, does it go in?
All right.
Yeah, mate. Are you?
Recording.
Yeah.
How come?
Public interest.
Public interest. All right.
Yeah. How's things? Are you sergeant?
No, I'm not. Not anymore.
Not yet. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Well, you got demoted.
Kind of.
Why? What did you do?
Oh, that's a question for another time.
You wasn't abusing your power, sir, were you?
No, it wasn't disciplinary related.
Was it not?
No.
Not enough wage. Not enough money.
No, it's promotion related.
Was it?
Processes.
Oh, fair enough. No, fair enough. What's your name, sir?
Dave.
Dave, nice to meet you.
Jake.
No. Yeah, just filming really for public interest, and yeah.
You've got a YouTube channel then?
Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel. I'll give you that.
How
Yeah,
many subscribers?
we're at 64,000.
64,000. Crikey. Do you go around all the stations? Here
Hey,
and
mate.
there, or-
Yeah, kind of. But it's not just about stations. It's about highlighting anything, of public interest, really. People just look at the police station ones as, do I come out? I don't want to. I'll keep my distance.
No, it's
All right. I don't want to be rude. So, yeah, really, I go around anywhere with public interest. A lot of people on the internet like to see engagement with police officers.
Yeah.
I've just had a good chat with the guys indoors, and they seem all right. And in all fairness, I've got nothing bad to say. And
You're local?
look, no, you can tell by my accent now.
No, I know.
Yeah,
But then people move around the country, so...
we travel up and down the country. Yeah, Europe as well.
Okay.
So this is important to highlight, because a lot of people in the public, they don't realise. A lot of officers are there to talk to.
Yeah.
And they're not all assholes.
Well,
if you
we're
get me
all
drift.
representative of the community. Come on now.
Yeah, and that's it. And you know, 2 PCSOs behind the counter there, it just shows, I suppose, the level of work they're willing to do. Just even though they shouldn't be there, they should be out dealing with level crime. But like I said, I think there's a COVID situation, so they've had to jump
There's
on.
that, and also the different jobs that we need to do.
Yeah.
That people expect to come to a police station, be able to speak to people
That's true.
about issues, and so we need someone here at the station to be able to talk to.
Are you PC?
At DC.
DC? Oh,
Yeah.
hey, serious. So that's maybe where you've left from Sergeant to DC, yeah?
Say again?
You went from Sergeant to DC, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. So you're a detective.
Yes.
So what kind of crimes do you detect? Come on, just give me a range.
I'm not going to say because that.
No, a range. A range.
Well, it's
From
'cause
murder
I'm
to...
No, because I'm quite a narrow specialist field.
Oh,
And
okay.
I don't really want to go into it.
Fair
because
enough.
It says what things are done at different stations. It's not really right.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. I mean, I'm not trying to quiz you.
No, that's fine.
There's a lot of, I enjoy detective work. This is kind of what we do.
Yeah.
You know, we like to find out what's going on and where it's happening, and, you know, it's great for journalism.
Yeah.
You know, we miss this kind of journalism. Do you think, because, you know, go back in the 80s where there used to be something happened in the city centre, used to be a journalist there with cameras, you know. Now, you don't really see it as much. They kind of just grab the video from Facebook and then put it on the media sites, all these, you know, mainstream media. So you don't see journalism as popping off, do you? Or do you?
I think it depends on a local and national scale, and depends on the story. And I think local interest is quite significant amount of that. I'm going to step back.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean.
Because local stuff, you've got local people who are interested in local things.
Yeah.
So we're going to be
No,
get more in depth, I think.
So okay, so you were DC. So what kind of crimes would you deal with? Would you deal with littering? Like someone dropping a packet of fags on the floor?
Just because I'm a detective doesn't mean that I forget my whole range of policing that needs to be done.
So that's just an add-on, I suppose.
It's a skill. It's not. It doesn't take away from. Like, you got people in uniform. They have so many more skills than I have in different things.
Do you think? Yeah.
It's just the way that policing is. You can't be a specialist in everything.
No, that's true.
And
there's a big scale.
A lot of it, we are a jack of all trades, and there is an expectation that we can deal with an awful lot of stuff. But we also need people that understand and are capable in certain particular areas that we can go to for that specialist advice. I think everybody would expect that.
Yeah.
Because you've got your GP.
Yeah.
But you go to your consultant physician when you got something that
that's
really
true.
wrong with you.
No, that's true. And you know what? That's good to break down the police force. And obviously, if a lot of people are watching this, that's kind of how it works. You have specialist departments to deal with specialised things. But obviously, as a broader thing, if you seen me drop a can of pop, how would you react as a DC?
It depends on the situation. If it'd just be having a quick word in your ear. Come on, let's pop it in the bin.
Yeah.
Let's have a bit of social responsibility overall.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So it's more of a.
The way that I've been brought up in policing is to be about right. That's the phrase that is always within me.
Say that again.
Being about right.
Being about right. Okay.
Being about right with people and treating someone how I would want to be treated in that circumstance.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Because that's all that you can really want. Fairness.
And you know what? There was a letter which has been leaked from the NPCC, National Police Commission Council, to all police stations in the UK about us auditors to give us respect. To the last resort, use Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. That's the last resort. And it got leaked, this letter from the and now it's weird when that letter got leaked. We started to see a shift in police attitude towards us as auditors, which is good, because before then you understand the Section 44 that got upheld, that got taken from you. Section 43 is now, but now that's being abused as well. And I'm very lucky, to be honest, maybe because of the way I speak or the dialogue where I'm very engaging. I don't have that. I've had it off my local police force, but not here. Of police abusing them powers. And
I think something that's got to play into that is the officers and what they know of the local situation, and whether there are any threats or emergent threats that they also have to be aware of, and that will always factor into your thinking.
But do you think a man with a camera should be stopped for Section 43?
That I can't make that call. That's an individual basis for the officers to make their assessment.
Right.
For them to justify it, I'm not going to go into.
No, I understand, because there's different scenarios.
So many different,
yeah.
And so many different situations.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is how people behave. Like at the moment, I've come up to you and we're having a chat.
Yeah. And this is how it should be, right?
So that's the stuff. But I don't know. It depends on circumstances to how you want to. How the officer determines that they need to react.
But this is it. You've come across me with dialogues, great. And do you not think this is important that we relay this message to the members of the public, that you can walk up to a DC police officer, you know, and have this engagement?
I think every police officer needs to be approachable to be able to keep the community safe.
Did you hear that, guys? That's exactly what I'm saying, yeah.
But at the same time, officers also need to have a balance of being able to say, look, no, please step back, because there's something else that I am aware of and need to be in control of. Yeah. So it's all a fine balance.
But again, then it comes down to personal opinion. It comes down to what that officer feels like on the day, because you obviously are in a good mood, you can tell, and you're very polite and very happy, which is nice. Well, but then if you're going to leave it down to the police officer's discretion, if you was, we're in stuck, aren't we? Because what if he's in a bad mood?
Well,
do you see what I mean?
Everybody's an individual. Everybody's an individual. You can't control everybody all the time.
But you shouldn't be giving power. What is it? Professional standards. You've got to always be professional all the time, regardless. Even if you had a tough time at home, you should always be professional.
Everybody's human, and everybody should.
Yeah, but
make those endeavours. To make those endeavours, and that's why there are things about professional standards, and that's why there's a complaints process if people feel that the standards have fallen below what is expected. That's why it's there. Yeah,
and I mean, I've had letters and apology letters from them for the way I've been treated by some police officers, and said that some officers are getting retrained because of the way I've got treated. Because whether you like it or anyone likes it, I'm legally allowed to do this. I'm in public place, and it's pretty obvious I can't go past this railing. It's pretty obvious. But if you wanted all these cars locked up and you didn't want number plates to be recorded, this should be all blocked off like prisons. You don't want people to look inside prisons so they get blocked off.
I completely appreciate that.
You know?
Yes, I can go with that. You know,
yeah,
it's not all work and it's a secure place, but this area is for the public. This area is
for private,
and that's the way it is.
But would you say? No. If I was
I don't really want to get into something that is above my station.
It's not a station. No. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty. Me standing here, some people could have a problem with, but for some, there's a amount of times I've been moved, not from this police station, but other people. You can stand outside the station, no problem, but to stand here inside, it's going to cause people feel. Well, I can get people coming in from over the road, so it's not like, what's the difference between me being here or being over there? You know, a lot of people have this persona of
something that would play into me.
Yeah.
For me myself, is that if I hadn't approached you and I'd seen you standing around in this point for a long period of time, I'd be querying and wondering what's going on and why you stood at the gate when the main public area is out there. So that's one thing, but I can still appreciate you coming around and you've kind of been stood there and you've been having a look, and I've come and had a chat. Yeah. For all I know, you come and have a look at the squad cars.
I am. I am. No, serious. I've not come to get engaged necessarily.
So there are an awful lot of things that play into decision making.
I'm not coming in. By the way, just for the record, I'm not taking pictures. You know, I might do by panning, but I'm not focusing on any cars except marked cars.
And I know that you've got the capability as well with various editing software that if you consider it when putting it up, you might
blur it.
Take to blur number plates. Yeah. That'd be really nice.
Are you gonna? If you want your number plate blurring, you can pay for it to be blurred if you wish.
Can you on YouTube and stuff?
Yeah, well, I can get an editor to blur it if you wish. Even your face, I can do that if you want. It costs money to do it, but you can.
I'm a public servant. I'm on duty. I'm here to be recorded.
Do you know how many officers do? You know how many officers do not admit that what you've just said?
Well, I'm on duty.
Yeah, no, the public servant part. You know,
it's been absolutely fantastic speaking to you.
No, thank you, Detective. You keep up the great work, my dude. Honestly, and whatever you do, stop these. I don't even want to say. You enjoy the day.
And what's your YouTube channel, Maya?
Okay, I'm going to give you it because you've been a nice chap, and I'm sure the people will see this.
Well,
go on. Are you going to subscribe to me then?
Well, yeah.
Will you really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, this is good. Buzztex Audit.
Buzztex Audit?
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Will you let my subscribers know to hit the subscribe button?
Buzztex.
TEX.
TEX.
Audit.
Buzztex audits. Got you.
Will you?
I won't do it right now,
Right.
because that'll identify who I am, because it may well pop up the time and say that you've been subscribed. But at some point
You'll do it another
throughout
time.
the evening,
Will you?
yeah, I'll be
Thank you.
subscribed.
Will you tell them to hit the subscribe button? Go on. Show them
Hit the
love.
subscribe button and enjoy.
Thank you, buddy. No, honestly, thank you, detective, and keep up the great work.
Thank you very much.
And no, I mean that. You enjoy your day too. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. What a pleasant man. Cheers. Wow. Even subscribe. Getting a detective to hit that subscribe button. God.